Hello everybody, it's Alex from Eureka Languages, and today we're going to talk about why the EU referendum has been so divisive in the UK. Now, my regular viewers will know that I normally vlog about the learning of languages, foreign languages, and linguistics, but today's topic does have an angle whereby we examine the role of foreign languages and how that affects the way some British people view their place in the European Union. As you all know, Britain is hopelessly monolingual. Amongst all the countries in the European Union, we are probably one of the most monolingual ones. There is something desperately wrong with the British education system when it comes to the learning of foreign languages. Many of my friends outside the UK have asked me, why is the nation so split on the issue of the European Union? After all, we've been in the European Union for so many years already. Haven't you already had enough experience to decide if it is a good thing or a bad thing? Why is the country so divided on the issue of the EU? The simple answer to that question is that there are winners and losers when it comes to the European Union. Many people are concerned about the levels of immigration coming from the European Union, particularly since the UK is a lot richer than a lot of the southern and eastern European countries in the European Union. That is a rather complex issue, and there are winners and losers. To explore how there are winners and losers in this dynamic, I am going to be talking about two issues which concerns practically everybody: the job market and housing. After all, everybody would like to have a very good job, and everybody needs a roof over their heads. Back in May 2004, immigration control was lifted for a lot of the new members within the European Union for them to come and work in the UK. That means since May 2004, a Polish person, a Lithuanian person, a Slovakian person could literally get off a plane at Heathrow Airport and start looking for work immediately and start working the very same day. There are no restrictions whatsoever, no work permits are required, and these Eastern Europeans have full access to the British job market. Oh, and likewise it works both ways. So a British person could go to Germany, France, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Sweden, and look for a job over there as well. So within this context, there are winners and losers. So if you're a rich business owner, the availability of all these very hardworking, highly qualified Eastern European migrant workers will prove to be a highly lucrative resource for your business. You can expand your business based on all these wonderful Eastern European migrant workers. It is good news. It means bigger profits. It could also represent the opportunity for you to export your goods and services to Eastern Europe. Likewise, you may want to have the opportunity to go and work in France, in Germany, or in Eastern Europe. And of course, that depends on an important factor. Firstly, you have to overcome the language barrier. When I worked in France, of course, everyone in the office spoke French. When I worked in Germany, everyone spoke German. If you do not speak another European language fluently to the level whereby you could function in that language in a business context, then guess what? You are really going to struggle to get a job in another European country, or you are such a highly skilled expert that the language barrier doesn't really matter, and people are willing to speak English to you as long as they can employ you for your specialist skills. If you have children whom you know are going to grow up to be very highly educated and multilingual, able to speak another European language to a very, very high standard, then you will want the opportunity for them to go and seek employment and look for new opportunities in the European Union. I know it may sound simplistic, but clearly the more privileged British people are going to be a lot better off by staying in the European Union. What about those who are the losers then in this equation? Well, you will find that the people who are most likely to vote for Brexit are those who are not very highly educated, not highly skilled at all, and those who do quite lowly paid manual work. So they are the ones who are very afraid of all these very hardworking Eastern European workers coming to the UK and taking their jobs away from them, because they simply do not have the skills or the ability to compete with these more highly educated, more motivated, and more hardworking Eastern Europeans. So already, they are feeling very precarious in the job market. They're not earning a lot of money and they have no job security. Add to that several hundreds of thousands of Eastern European migrant workers to compete with. It is bad news all the way for them. They really don't see much benefit at all about being in the European Union. They are not highly educated, so the chances of them going to go work, say, in Germany or in Sweden is literally nil. Even if, say, they wanted to go work in a supermarket in Germany, guess what? How are they going to communicate with their colleagues who speak German, with the customers who speak German? How are they going to make sense of all the products which are on the shelves of the supermarket? Because guess what? It's all going to be in German as well. On the other hand, English is taught in most countries across the European Union as the preferred, the standard second language or foreign language. So you could wander into a small town in Poland or Romania or Lithuania, and chances are the young people there will speak a fairly decent standard of English. When I go shopping in my local supermarket, there are actually loads of Polish people working there. They all speak perfectly good English. Would an English person be able to get a job in a Polish supermarket? Now, this is a packet of fruit tea that I bought in a supermarket in Warsaw. And guess what? Labels are all in Polish. So how's an English person going to go to Warsaw and work in a Polish supermarket? It's not going to happen, is it? So you can see why those on the lower end of the food chain do feel very, very threatened by these hardworking Eastern European migrant workers, because these Eastern Europeans can come here and work in the UK because they speak English. But British people are unable to do the same because they are hopelessly monolingual. So let's talk about the second area where there are winners and losers, the housing market. Now, in a city like London, housing is very, very expensive, especially if you want to live in central London. There is intense competition for affordable housing at the bottom of the market, and poor people constantly spend a huge amount of their earnings on rent. If there are going to be thousands, even hundreds of thousands or millions of Eastern European migrant workers pouring into a city like London, competing with you for the limited amount of affordable housing at the bottom of the housing market, then guess what? You are going to fear these Eastern European migrants and you are going to vote for Brexit because you don't want these Eastern European migrant workers to be here competing with you so you could actually get your foot on the property ladder. Or at the very least, have an easier time trying to find a place to rent. But if you are already on the housing ladder, then guess what? All this demand for more and more housing in big cities in the UK is going to drive property prices right up. And you are going to see a remarkable appreciation of the value of your house. And if you own several houses, several properties across London or in any other big city, then all this pressure from migrants coming from Eastern Europe, coming from other parts of the EU, are going to instantly make you more rich because it would make the value of your property portfolio appreciate quite substantially. You are, by that token, a winner by being in the EU. So think about it, a landlord who has several properties in London would be looking for tenants who are able to pay a lot of money to rent the houses from him. And all these migrant workers from all over the EU represent a growing demand for these properties, and it will push the rent he could collect on these properties up and up and up. And the landlord really isn't going to care whether he rents the property to an Italian person, a Welsh person, a Polish person, a Scottish person, a German person, or an English person, as long as they pay the rent on time. And yes, I do recognize that I am simplifying a lot of the very, very complex issues involved in the EU referendum debate. But at the end of the day, I am making a very, very simple point. There is no point in me or any of the politicians telling you how to vote, whether to vote in or to vote out. Because when you go to the ballot box, you are going to be thinking about whether you as an individual or you and your family are going to be better off in the EU or out of the EU. You're not going to care about the big picture. No, you're going to be thinking about yourself. It's called self-interest, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So when we do get the results of the referendum and it is confirmed that we are going to stay in the European Union, then it is high time that you British people start thinking about learning a second, third, and fourth European language. Go to Eureka Languages and find out more about my app, which will help you identify the best language for you to learn. I hope you found this video interesting. Do let me know what you think in the comments section below, and thanks for watching.